Anthony's Taekwondo class on Wednesday. Wednesday arrived with a sense of anticipation for Anthony. He was a young and energetic boy who had been deeply interested in Taekwondo for quite some time. The thought of his weekly Taekwondo class filled him with excitement and eagerness to learn and improve his skills. As the day dawned, Anthony sprang out of bed early. He put on his crisp white Taekwondo uniform, carefully tying the black belt around his waist. This belt was a symbol of his hard work and dedication over the past few years. He grabbed his Taekwondo gear, including his protective pads and gloves, and headed out the door. When he reached the Taekwondo studio, the place was already bustling with activity. Other students were warming up, stretching their bodies, and loosening their muscles. The studio had a large open space with a shiny wooden floor and high-ceilinged walls adorned with Taekwondo posters. Anthony joined his fellow students in the warm-up session. They started with some light jogging around the studio, followed by a series of dynamic stretches. The instructor, Master Lee, a strict but respected figure, walked around the room, making sure everyone was performing the stretches correctly. "Keep your back straight, Anthony. You need to stretch your hamstrings more," Master Lee said as he passed by. Anthony adjusted his position and focused on the stretch. After the warm-up, it was time for the basic techniques practice. Master Lee demonstrated the proper stance, the way to hold the hands, and the footwork. Remember, Taekwondo is not just about physical strength. It's about balance, control, and precision, Master Lee explained. Anthony watched intently, trying to mimic every movement. He practiced punching and kicking in the air, following the instructor's commands. The sound of his punches and kicks echoed through the studio. Next, they moved on to partner work. Anthony was paired with his friend Jake. They practiced blocking and counter-attacking each other. Jake threw a punch at Anthony, and Anthony quickly raised his arm to block it. Then he countered with a swift kick to Jake's side. "Good job, Anthony." "But you need to be quicker with your counterattack," Master Lee commented. Anthony nodded and continued to practice with Jake. They repeated the drills over and over again, gradually improving their coordination and timing. After the partner work, it was time for some sparring. Master Lee divided the students into groups of 4. Anthony was in a group with Jake, another boy named Tom, and a girl named Sarah. The sparring session was intense. Anthony faced off against Tom first. They bowed to each other as a sign of respect before starting the match. Tom came at Anthony with a series of quick kicks. Anthony dodged some of them and blocked the others. He then launched his own attack, a combination of punches and kicks. The match was a close one. Both boys were giving it their all. Tom managed to land a few punches, but Anthony also countered effectively. In the end, Anthony was declared the winner of the round. He was a bit out of breath, but filled with a sense of pride. However, he knew he couldn't get complacent. There were still more rounds to go. In the next round, Anthony faced Sarah. Sarah was a skilled Taekwondo practitioner. She was fast and agile. She started the match with a high-flying kick. Anthony managed to duck just in time. He then tried to find an opening in her defense. He feinted with a punch and then followed up with a powerful roundhouse kick. Sarah blocked it, but Anthony's momentum was strong. He continued to attack, and Sarah was on the defensive. The match ended with Anthony winning again. After the sparring session, Master Lee gathered the students in the center of the studio. He gave a short speech about the importance of sportsmanship and discipline in Taekwondo. Taekwondo is not just about winning. It's about learning to respect others, to control your emotions, and to persevere in the face of challenges, Master Lee said. Then, it was time for the final part of the class, the form practice. A form in Taekwondo is a pre-arranged sequence of movements that combines various techniques. Master Lee demonstrated the form, and the students followed along. Anthony focused hard on each movement, trying to remember the sequence. The form required balance, flexibility, and strength. As he performed the form, he could feel his body working in harmony. The class ended with a final bow. Anthony and his classmates thanked Master Lee for the lesson. As he packed up his gear, he reflected on the class. He had learned a lot, faced some challenges, and improved his skills. On his way home, Anthony thought about how Taekwondo had not only made him physically stronger, but also taught him important life lessons. He was looking forward to the next Wednesday, when he could return to the studio and continue his Taekwondo journey. As he opened the door to his house, he was greeted by his parents. They could see the excitement on his face. "How was your Taekwondo class, Anthony?" his mother asked. It was great, Mom. I learned so much and even won my sparring matches, Anthony replied, beaming with pride. His father gave him a pat on the back. That's wonderful, son. Keep up the good work. Anthony knew that his Taekwondo classes were not just about the physical aspect, but also about the mental and moral development. And he was determined to keep learning and growing in this amazing martial art.